Hel- Hello, I could say good morning. This first time I did a show in the morning, but that's okay. Hello, this is Melissa Shaw with Our Generation, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I'm so excited for my guest this week. She is doing some amazing things in the community, has accomplished something amazing. I won't say it, I'll let her bring it out. But just want to come to you here again at Farm Free Life, my most favorite coffee shop, if y'all know. I will be getting a drink today, and the drink that I'm drinking now is the caramel apple cider, which is so good. She only has it seasonal, so I literally have to get it every day that I'm in here because it will be gone. It is so good. Have you had it before?
I have not. I have
Ooh,
not
honey.
had it. And I was just gonna say, so you switched it up.
I did. Yes,
Oh,
I did.
okay.
Yeah,
So
because
now whenever you switch it up, that means I have to switch
this.
it up.
Yes, yes, that caramel apple cider is so good because it's warm, and
Yeah.
then I get it with the balance in it.
Okay.
So nice, so nice. So
Okay, I'm gonna
yes,
have to try it.
so yes, welcome. And we'll just get right into it. So hello,
Okay.
ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
I'm
How
so
are
yes, it's a
you?
long time coming.
It has been. It's a long time
Yes,
coming.
yes.
Long, long, long time
So
coming.
tell my listeners your name, about you,
Okay.
and what you're up to.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Shyanna Pettis, and what I have just recently done, and I'm just gonna say recently because I'm recently just announcing it. I've been wrote a book back in April of this year, of course, called Truth Be Told. It is now published and it is now on Amazon. You can go look up Truth Be Told by Shyanna Pettis, Shyanna to find it on Amazon. You can find me on social media, Facebook, Instagram at Shyanna Pettis. So you'll find the bio in my bio. I have the link there if you guys want to purchase it there. I also have a book signing
Yes.
coming up on the 29th that I have not yet announced, but I will be. So again, if you want to follow me on social media, it's Shyanna Pettis. So you can go there for any like updated announcements on that.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's great. Like,
Thank
so
you.
let's get into what made you want to write a book. Because I know you talked about writing one the
Yes.
last time, and then you kind of went quiet for a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
And so
It,
you now recently resurfaced, and
yep.
now you resurfaced with this book. So tell us what inspired the
That
book and
was
kind of what motivated you to want to write it. Because a lot of people want to write books, but none of us really ever do.
Yeah, I think it's just the time consuming thing that people most likely think about. I feel like that's probably what stopped me for a long time. But I wanted to write this book for so long. It was just like something that was close to my heart, something that was just most important about my life. And not only that, it's just kind of like something, you know, how when you have something so detrimental that happened to you, you kind of want to just let the world know, not only because of maybe what the story might have been. You just want to tell your story in hopes to, you know, be impactful to the next person. So that was
Absolutely.
my reason. Yeah, I did go missing for a while. It was mainly because of that too, though. Like I
Yeah.
needed to figure out. What it is I really wanted, what it is I really needed. I just kind of felt like I was all over the place for a while. I think we
Yeah.
all get that way. I
Absolutely.
felt very overwhelmed, so I wanted to kind of calm everything down, put everything into place because I was always this person that was just, I got numerous of things on my plate. So I
Yes.
kind of wanted to take everything one step at a time.
Yeah.
So what inspired me to do this book was that when I did finally sit down and got the quiet time and got the space that I needed to take, it was like, okay, it's time. It's
Yeah.
time. Like I said, as far as, you know, everybody want to write a book, it's the time consuming thing. I felt like when I was able to finally sit down, I found that time to
Yeah.
finally go ahead and write it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, what's the book about?
Truth be told,
Okay. I'm sorry. I be getting paranoid,
you're
worried that they're
okay.
gonna come off. Okay, we good.
You're okay. Okay. So, truth be told, if you can kind of just think about that title a little bit, like, okay, truth be told, what would that kind of entail? Um, Let me say this. So, right now, today, I'm 33 years old. I'm 33 years old, and this was something, you know, that happened to me when I was like from 11 years old to 14 years old. So, for
Wow.
3 years, I have had something so emotionally distressed happened to me. And so the book is just about me and my life and what took place. It's to me, I always say it's like a jaw dropping type of read. So when you read it, you'll just be really like, wow, this really happened. I don't want to go into
Yeah,
detail
no,
because
I
I
don't want you
want
to.
people
Yeah,
to,
yeah, absolutely.
be intrigued and be
Yeah,
excited to want
absolutely.
to get it and
Yes.
read and see what it's about. But yeah, it's about my life and the most detrimental thing that happened to me
Yeah. And how you was able to overcome it.
and how I was definitely able to overcome it. Yes. And I just feel like once you do read it, you'll look like, how are you still able to smile? How are you still able to just basically be you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that
Yeah.
was a transition, wasn't it?
Definitely
Probably
a
several
transition.
transitions.
Several. That's so funny that you say that. Several, because I feel like it's a lot of levels to transitioning.
Yes.
I had to first. I feel like everything is a mind thing.
Yeah.
First, you have to have your mental together. So I feel like
And that right there is a job in its own.
that's a job and that's a job within itself.
I
So
work on that every day, like literally.
I think we all do.
Yes.
Woo! And then the outside world and what that brings you, and the
Absolutely.
mental that you gotta have for that.
Yes.
So yeah, that is a job within itself. I feel like I said, it's levels to it. So I had to get my mental together. Um, a lot of things that you might go through in life, you kind of gotta you gotta balance. You gotta kind of figure everything out, put everything in its place where it needs to be at.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot, but I feel like I can say that I am proud of myself in the things that I have overcame. Though I can say
And that's
that.
good. And I don't think we do that enough. We
Yeah.
don't say we're proud of ourselves enough.
Yes, absolutely. We
I
do not.
no,
We
I
don't.
don't even now. Like I'm trying to think of the last time I said, looked at myself and be like, damn, girl. Okay, I will say that. Was a week ago. I realized that I've interviewed almost 80 people.
Really?
I was like, damn, like you should be proud of yourself. But that's a lot of people that you talk to.
Wow, that is. See, we don't because we just go.
Yes.
We just go. We don't think about what it is that we doing. We just kind
No.
of go with the flow. So
Yeah.
sometimes we do just got to stop and be like, wow,
Yeah.
to ourselves, because that wow moment be that moment where we just be like, that makes us keep going,
Yeah.
basically.
Absolutely.
So wow, that is a lot. That's
It
a lot of
is.
people. But I know it makes you want to do 80 plus more.
Absolutely. Like, and I never, when I started doing this, I didn't really put much thought into it
Yeah.
because it was something that never thought about doing. And now it's just like 80 people later,
Right.
and I'm still doing it.
Right.
And I absolutely love it. Like, I would literally, this is the first time that I've been consistent. So when I first started last May, I went 52 weeks with a show. I did not miss a show for 52 weeks.
Wow.
And I said, "Oh my God, I don't think I've ever been that consistent in anything." And on one hand, that's kind of sad, but on the other hand, it's like you did do something consistent.
Yes.
So you have the ability.
Yes.
But it's what you think about it. I absolutely love this.
Yes.
And that is why I was able to be consistent. So like you said, it's that mindset. Like when we may struggle with doing something on a consistent basis, but it's because of how we view it.
Right.
And if it's not something that we are passionate, like when I say we all have passions, but when I say passionate and love, like I looked forward to doing my show because it was almost like therapy for me.
Absolutely.
Because I could just really be my most authentic self. Like it just, I can't describe, and it might probably similar with writing a book. You just felt like you could just really the mask was off.
Yes.
And like
Absolutely.
here it is, the raw, the ugly, the dirty, the
Absolutely.
organic and authentic. Yep. And I feel like that with this.
Definitely.
Even though it's really not about me, but I feel that I'm able to filter that through other people when they're able to come on, because they feel that they can come on and really just be relaxed and open. Because my show's not structured, and so I just kind of let the flow go as it is. But yeah,
it's so funny that you talk about consistency, because even right now today, I still think about like how much stuff I have done. I've done a lot of stuff, and I feel like I had to ask myself not too long ago, like, what have you been consistent in? I done did lip gloss. I done did Airbnbs. I done taught classes on it. I have done so much. And I'm like, I need to really just sit still and think about what it is. Like,
Yeah.
what have I been consistent with doing? But I feel like I don't take that now. I don't, because at first I was like, girl, you need to sit down somewhere and figure it out. But now I don't look at it like that no more. I look at it like, I'm a hustler. I grind. Like I'm determined. I'm really super motivated. So I look at it more for that other than what I did and stopped doing.
Right.
I made a post not too long ago and I said, normalize doing what you want to do when you want to do it. I just felt like I wanted to do that then.
Yeah.
And at the same time, when you are in the midst of doing whatever it is that you were planning on doing, maybe it was just something that was like, you know what, it's not for me. But when you finally, and you're figuring it out still, while you're doing all these things, you're figuring it out. When you finally just get to that one niche, you're like, okay, this is it right here. So it's nothing wrong with, doing something and stopping doing it and doing this and stopping doing it, because you'll end up eventually find out what it is that is your niche.
Yeah, and those things will help get you to that.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So it was real funny that you said that, because I was bothering myself with that, like, girl.
Because you don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, here she go again.
That was the thing. I was just about to say that was the thing. I was like, oh, people are not going to trust me. They're going to be like, girl, how long you going to do this?
Right.
I ain't about to buy nothing else from you. I'm not taking none of your class. I'm not doing that.
Right.
But that was the biggest problem for me. I'm like, oh, and then when you do come out with something else, because you have so much of a strong thought, like, people are not going to trust me, it just kind of put a damper on whatever it is that you're trying to do. You like, maybe I shouldn't do that, because ain't nobody going to, nobody's listening, because they tired of me doing this.
But you think about it, they doing their own thing, so they probably forgot what you did 50 times ago.
Right, they probably think of what I'm thinking. Like, I'm gonna do what she. Right, they probably think of what I'm thinking.
Yes. So where's your book? Where's your book signing at? Are you able to sell it?
I am going to do it on, I don't know the exact address. I'm gonna post it, like I said, but it is going to be on at 38th and Moeller Road at the public library there. It's right where that Myers is.
Okay.
Right on. Going down Lafayette Road, Georgetown, is right there where that Myers is. You know, that library right next to it. It's going to be right there on the 29th. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to announce it after this. I went over there last weekend. Matter of fact, and take some content pictures. You probably seen it.
Yeah.
Took some content pictures, and then I made a little video. So I was going to save a video for when I finally do announce it.
That's exciting.
It is. It's exciting, and anything that you get excited about, you be nervous about.
Absolutely.
Too. I'm super nervous because it is something that I feel like I'm gonna have to talk a lot about, and I'm trying to still like put the pieces together as far as what I want to actually happen while we in there. Besides the book signing, like, am I gonna have people read a page and like tell me about it? Like, it's just gonna be some different stuff.
I love that.
I'm gonna have into them.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. So what time?
From 1 to 4.
Okay.
It don't have to be. When I rented the room out, they rented out for the total of 4 hours. So you don't have to. I'm like, 4 hours. I don't know what to do in that 4 hours.
Right.
I don't know, but I guess when you rent the room, it's just automatically 4 hours anyway. So it's from 1 to 4 though. Okay. So if it lasts that long, it lasts that long. If it don't, it don't.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm definitely gonna be there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. It is exciting. When I got over there, I had to go see the room because I done rented it out without even going to go see it. I just knew I wanted to be there. So I was like, let me go in there real quick and go see how big the room is. Real big. It's very spacious. It's nice. It's one of them new libraries anyway.
Okay, so, nice.
Yeah, I wanted to have it at another one, but they was all booked up. That was the only one I could.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm definitely excited.
When do you think you're gonna do your next book?
When am I gonna do my next book?
You're like, can you let me get this first one out first?
I actually started writing the second one already. Honestly, I started writing it maybe a month ago or something like that, and then I did stop because I got so much stuff going on. But I really wanted to announce that in 2024. I'm on this journey where I'm just like not trying to overwhelm myself so much. I want to do one thing at a time because, like I said, I was just so used to being all over the place. So I'm fully trying to practice the one at a time type of thing.
Yeah.
So and not trying to be so hard on myself either, and just continue to be proud of every step that I am taking, even the small ones.
No, absolutely.
So yeah, yeah, but I'm writing it already.
Yeah.
I did
So is
start
it
the
going to
second
be
one.
kind of like a series?
It is going to be a series. This
Okay.
is going to be a series because, and what made me want to do a series is that the end of my book, I'm like, well, I'm gonna say this during the book, me writing, I'm like, I'm not done yet. This is not even it. Like even
Yeah.
the stuff that people are reading, and I was noticing like everybody that has read it so far is like, when the next one coming out? I can't wait to read another one, as if they already knew I was gonna come up with another one. So I'm
Right.
like, yeah, I got to do a series because I feel like it was a series of things that was going on even after what I went through, the things that I had to still continue to deal with after the fact. So
Because
that's
of
what
what
I
had
want to make
happened.
it right. That's
Yeah.
why I want to make it a series too.
Yeah. I
So
think that's
yeah,
good because, when we go through stuff, it doesn't stop there.
yeah, it does
And
not.
it could be years, like you said, you're 33, and it happened between what 11 and
11 and
14.
14.
Like you probably still feel the residuals of what went on and different things
Absolutely.
that happen in your life that might trigger
Absolutely.
it. And so I think that would be good for you to even be able to talk through that. Like me as an
Definitely.
adult, this is still what has affected me, or my decisions, or just different
Hmm.
things.
I know one thing too that I did notice, like in the midst of me being proud of myself, it's more I came to realize that it was just healing for me to write it.
Yeah.
It definitely was healing because it was times where I was just going through the motions. I was crying during the writing. I was jumping for joy during the writing. I was so proud of myself. I would stay up. I would never go to sleep. I was 2 o'clock in the morning. I probably fell asleep on my laptop
Wow.
5 times. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I probably my
Yeah.
kids waking me up like mama.
Right.
But yeah, I done went through some motions during this book, so it definitely was a healing thing for me. I know one thing that I do want to do because I feel like I have to find that cherry on the top moment, like what is really just gonna break the ice for me, is to visit the suspect.
Wow.
Definitely is what I'm going to do. I feel like that's going to be on the cherry on the top for me. I
That's
just want to
huge.
tap. It is. It's definitely huge. I want to tap into, what is going to get me fully healed. I really want to tap into that. So I feel like that's one of the things that's going to help me tap into that. When I finally do, I knew that I needed it because when it was a thought of me even going to go visit that, I got so nervous. My hands was on the keyboard, like I can't even
Wow.
type to go even put the visit in. I felt adrenaline, and it was just like,
Wow.
ugh. So I need that.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
need it.
saying so that was
I
your body
need it.
telling
Yeah,
you
that
that
was my
that's a
body telling me
component
like,
that you
yep,
needed.
that's
Yep.
needed. I feel like I can't wait until I actually do that day, and then when I leave there, how am I gonna feel? Like, what type of doors is this about to open for me? I'm excited for that.
Wow, that's a good way to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
So the person is in jail.
Yeah,
Okay.
yep, and have been. I don't. It didn't happen exactly after it happened to me, but it was a few years after, a couple years after. So he's been in jail for a long time now. Since I was, matter of fact, it happened to me from 11 to 14. He finally got locked up when I was 16. Yeah.
Wow. And that's good that you was able to get that, because
Mhm.
unfortunately people that, and I'm trying to give him enough. You try to give it. Y'all got to read this book so you know what happened,
You
why the
got
person
to.
was in jail. So, but some people don't get that justice.
Definitely,
Most people don't.
definitely. I feel like a
And
lot of
okay, let me
people.
ask you: do you feel that that was justice? Because as I said it, that may not even be.
It's crazy because the person was super, super close to me, super, super close. So I felt like it was gonna happen one way or the other. Do I feel like it was justice for me at that time? I did not feel like it was justice for me because the situation is so confusing.
Mm.
It's super duper confusing. Right now at this age, I feel like it was justice. I feel like it was justice not even only for me, but for that person. It was justice for him. So maybe you needed that so you could feel and understand what you did wrong. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's interesting that, because as I said it, I was like, sometimes when we're in the moment, people on the outside looking in may be like, oh, you got justice, but does the person feel that way? You
Right.
know,
Right, right,
and
right.
as a child, like you said, it was confusing, and as y'all read the book, y'all will understand. of what that looked like, but I can only imagine like the whirlwind that you was in.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like I feel like y'all really just gotta read it
Yeah, I'm
because
gonna
I just
order when
feel
I
like
leave. You don't
when
have
you
nothing in the
read
car,
it,
do you?
I got no, I don't,
Damn it.
and that's what the book signing is for because I'm gonna have them on hand
Yeah.
then. I feel like yes, I definitely did go through a whirlwind of things. My thing is me doing podcasts and things like this, I feel like I want questions to ask because I know it's gonna be a lot of questions after this book because I have had a few questions and it's just like yes, this is what I needed because I feel like the questions is healing for me too.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I
So
said,
there will be a part two
there would
because
definitely
I
be a
purposely
part
wanted
two.
to have this as organic because
Yeah,
this is the introduction.
right.
And so the next time that you're on the show, we once the book signing and the book's
Yep.
out there, we'll be able to really have an in-depth talk about.
Definitely. And then I will like because I know you got YouTube. You know
Yep.
how when you live on
Yes,
YouTube, you
we'll
got the
definitely
questions
go
coming
live.
up
Definitely
there.
go live.
Yeah,
Have you thought
definitely. I
about
love
doing your
that.
own YouTube channel?
I have not. You know what I have, but I felt like it wasn't gonna necessarily be about the book. It was just
Yeah.
like a healing type of journey
Yeah.
type of YouTube thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just what I want to base my life on right now. My thing is, and I made this a post too the other day, like my peace is my most prized possession right now because it has not been a peaceful life for
Yeah.
me even after that because that was just so detrimental for
Yeah.
me.
And once you find
Very.
that peace, you will guard it at all costs.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because I'm a people's person. I feel like I always say I'm both. I'm an introvert and I'm an
Yeah, me
extrovert
too.
because
I'm
I
learning that about
do.
myself.
Yes. I
Yeah.
was just learning that about
I've
myself
always
too.
thought I was an extrovert, but I'm really learning that I have a lot of introvert qualities.
Yes, definitely. Because I'm a to myself person. I
Yep.
don't care if I'm alone. I
Yeah.
will go places on my
Me
own. I
too.
will be at home. Like I don't want to be
I'm
bothered.
good
I don't
at
want to be on the phone.
yes.
I don't want to do anything. Leave me alone. But I feel like too though, I'm still battling with myself on whether if that is a good thing or not. I don't.
Right.
I think that with me being that way, does it have something to do with what I have gone through? Like, do I want to just be to myself because what I was dealing with that on my own. Now
Yeah.
it's just I grew up like that. Now I
Yeah.
just want to do everything on my own.
Right.
So now I'm just kind of battling with myself. Like, is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
But I haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And as I mentioned before we started, like my daughter had made a comment and she told me that I was emotionally unavailable. And I know at the moment she said it, it was just because of what was happening with the dog. And I told her, I said, this is like having a baby. Like, you got to suck it up sometimes when you have a
Yes.
baby and you got to,
Yes.
help them. But when she said that, it really made me think. It was like, are you low key? Like right now, are you emotionally unavailable?
Or are you just like that, period? Did you feel
Right.
like that?
Yes. I'm like, okay, something she said something kind of triggered. Like, okay, I think I need to unpack this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like right now, because of what happened with my ex, my last husband, that it caused some serious